Oh, okay. See how this goes today. Waiting to see if I can get into this one, but we'll listen in for a second.
It has no pain. It has no awareness that it's even alive. What is the harm in removing this from your body? What harm does it cause?
I mean, I'm not speaking
Sure,
for
you get
women
this.
here, but I would feel like that would have some sort of.
But Zach, you are. You're saying you don't support abortion. It should be illegal. If a woman removes this from her body, it should be a crime. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying it should be a crime. I'm saying
So
it's
you agree? So you agree that it should be legal?
if needed, yes.
What do you mean if needed?
If it caused harm to the women, yes.
Hey, what's up, Pete?
Okay,
We'll
cool.
see.
Then we agree, because all pregnancies unfortunately cause harm to the women who don't want to be pregnant.
Oh my God!
Okay,
Shut
well,
up.
then again, if you don't want to be pregnant, take preventative measures when you're having sex, or don't have sex at all.
Yeah, that's a good recommendation, but that doesn't mean they lose their right to protect themselves.
How is that protecting yourselves when you did it to yourself?
Right. Sometimes you can do things to yourself, like eat a lot of cheeseburgers and give yourself a coronary heart disease. This is my example earlier, right? And these things are negative. You don't want these consequences, but regardless, you did cause them. You still have the right to fix that.
Okay,
That's my point.
can I say something though?
You agree? Go ahead, say something.
That's a terrible reference because it takes
I'm not currently on the live.
one
I'm
time of having sex to get
waiting
pregnant.
to maybe join.
Correct? To possibly get pregnant, correct?
Sure.
Okay, if you eat one cheeseburger, you're not going to catch this disease.
Yeah, that's likely true, but I don't see really how that's relevant. I don't see the principles that we are testing here with this analogy is whether causing a state of suffering onto yourself no longer grants you the ability to remove that state, right? So whether you cause the state by eating one cheeseburger or 1,000 cheeseburgers doesn't really make any difference to me, because you did ultimately still cause it. In fact, I would say eating a lot of cheeseburgers and giving yourself coronary heart disease like normally, that's even more intentional than having sex, because you only need to have sex one time to eat a lot of cheeseburgers, right? So it requires more action. That doesn't change the fact that the person still has the right to get a coronary bypass surgery or take insulin or any sort of treatment that they desire to fix their condition. And the same applies for pregnancy. Just because a woman has sex and might have caused this situation onto herself, she doesn't lose the right to remedy that situation. But I appreciate you coming on, Zach, and you have a great day. It doesn't justify murder. Well, it's not murder. It is justified, and that means it isn't murder.
Let me on. Let me on.
Oh, Craig. Haven't talked to you in a while.
Moose, I just want to say you're looking mad cute.
Oh, thank you, man. I needed that.
But anyways, yeah, you're wrong on abortion, so it's okay though.
What's your position right now on abortion?
Oh, I don't debate anymore. I don't care anymore.
Oh man. So I'm just wrong, but you're not gonna elaborate.
Yeah. Well, no, you're wrong
Come
because you're
on.
using a crappy argument for pro-choice, and you're wrong because you're not pro-life.
The argument I was using, I think it wasn't the best argument, but it's an argument I was using in the context of the guest. I wasn't really trying to use the best argument. I'm just trying to make him understand.
What's your position? What's your position right now?
I'm skeptical of any positive position on when rights begin. Listen, Craig. Listen.
Skeptical.
I'm skeptical. You
Bruh,
should be skeptical of any necessary conditions for rights.
Out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Listen, this is the correct position. And then, besides that,
Moose. I'm just skeptical. I'm just skeptical that skepticism's the correct position.
that's fine. We can debate that. Fine. But besides my skepticism on when rights begin, I'm also skeptical. No, I'm not skeptical. I'm pretty confident that based upon most individuals' understanding of property rights, that the woman would not be obligated to maintain the life of the fetus, regardless of whether it has rights. That's my position.
Oh, so you're saying that if you were to grant the fetus rights of conception, you think your argument could still beat mine?
Most likely. I mean, what's your argument?
Harm absolutism.
Harm. Okay. Is this just saying that conception is a rights violation? It's harm.
Yep, conceiving someone is harm.
Why is that?
What?
Because it therefore subjugates them to the pain of death or the harm of death. Not the pain, the harm.
Oh, that's such a weird position to take.
So right now, am I like legally entitled to sue my mother over conceiving me?
No, because she gave normally when we think like, oh, a rights violation against me, you get something in return or like compensation. I'd say that
Compensation. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the compensation is that she carried you to term instead of murdering you.
Why is that the compensation?
Because she's the one who violated your rights to when you were conceived, she violated your rights, right? But even though that harm was actualized, so now she has like a rights violation against you. Killing you doesn't get rid of that rights violation. So the compensation would be carrying you to term.
People are weird. Like, what a weird position to take.
Rather than kill me.
Because she violated your rights, and abortion is normally seen in a sense of retaliatory force, right? Underneath most definitions. And since she was the aggressor at conception, she loses the right to retaliatory force, aka an abortion.
Wait, can you give me an example of an aggression?
Oh, I should be able to grab this.
Well, hold on, let me think about how I want to ask this, because I'm skeptical, one, that conceiving a child is an aggression. How is this an aggression? There doesn't seem to be an intention here in most cases. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't think intention's necessary when committing a rights violation.
I agree, but can you give me an example of like an unintentional harm that would then diminish your rights to your own property outside of pregnancy? Like, give me an example of that.
Yeah, so let's say we have a farm, right?
Yeah.
And on this farm, there's a button, and you unknowingly.
So I'm waiting to get into this. I'm waiting to get into this particular live, and it's not for some reason. Well, he keeps talking with people who are like. First, this guy said, "Oh, I don't want to be. I don't debate anymore, so I don't want to do this." And then, yeah, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, fucking, I'm a harm absolutist." Is what the guest said. And I was like, "What the hell does that even mean?" The audio will be a little bit behind his picture when and if I get in on this, but yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes. Am I able to request to join right from here? I guess not. I couldn't log into my other account, so it's a very, very weird discussion. I'm just gonna not share that for now, and then go back to it. I don't listen.
So you're saying the farmer is obligated not to throw this rock out of their farm?
I think this is a little disanalogous because rock has no concept of harm versus, even if personhood isn't reached until 6 weeks, you could still say that a fetus can experience harm.
I disagree. How would the fetus at 6 weeks experience anything? What does that mean?
Yeah, so
doesn't matter what it
say,
experiences. That's the issue. That's where pro-lifers draw the line, is that it's not about experience anything. It's about personhood. So the argument is even a child at fertilization has unique genetic code. Therefore, it is a person separate from the mother. That's the argument. That's the argument. So the whether or not they have experiences or memories or pain doesn't matter, because you could also draw that line to a real human who is in a coma, who's had some extenuating circumstances that they can't feel pain. They're not experiencing, they're brain dead or whatever. Like all those things, like we could just pull the plug no matter what. Like, so you can't. That's why arguing with someone like this is kind of weird. They don't understand that.
I don't think plants are really having a lot of experiences. Plants are kind of robotic. They just respond to their environment.
I would say harm isn't exclusive to things that can actualize the harm. Personally,
well, that's where I would disagree. I don't really think.
Let's say wait, Moose. Let's say there's like a severely handicapped person, and you cut off one of their fingers, and they don't even notice it, and it doesn't affect their normal life. Would you say you harm that person?
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
But again,
one of the other issues with debates like this is that no one, the people who are starting the debates, I don't know if a lot of them are equipped to have the debates. This kid's young. I think he just wants to say his point, and you have to believe it. And if you don't, like, there's not a lot of room for nuance in these debates, and it's hard to find someone who will like level with you and try and understand the angles that you're coming at.
Moving something from your body is justified, so there would have to be some special instance.
Well, we already
where
said
this
it's not justified because the mother was the rights violator. Therefore, she lacks retaliation. Like, she can't use retaliatory force, which is an abortion. Bro, I'm retired.
I think.
What am I doing? What am I doing debating? I'm retired.
Oh, he's retired.
You need to stop right now. That's definitely an interesting position, but
it's more in depth on my page. It's my first pinned video, so if you have any questions about,
everyone in the live, go to Craig's pinned video, learn more about his position.
The best
position.
You want to.
But Craig, it was good talking with you. I'm gonna move on to the next guest.
It's good to see you, Moose. I love you.
Good to see you.
Still looking mad.
Love you too. Yeah, I really need to shave though. Okay.
Put me in, coach. Fuck. He didn't put me in.
Brad, how's it going?
Yo, what's up?
Not much. Do you believe abortion should be illegal? Sorry?
Of course.
Of course? Why?
Because if a woman chooses to get railed, she has to suffer the consequences and have the baby.
Wow.
Why does she have to suffer the consequences, specifically pregnancy?
Stuff like that. If it's a genuine intercourse and she gets pregnant.
Genuine intercourse?
Like
let's say a woman has genuine intercourse with. Let's say I have genuine intercourse with your mom. Okay, Brad, is that okay?
Yep.
And your mom gets pregnant. You have a brother on the way, but your mom doesn't want to give you this brother. She just wants, she doesn't want to be pregnant.
Let's just have a look at this guy. Let's see how handsome he is. Yep. Sorry, I shouldn't make fun of people. That's not right. That's not right.
This lady, I'm just gonna call her that. If she wanted to.
Hmm?
He's calling his mom a lady now. He's so disrespectful.
Oh my gosh, Hi, I'm actually really happy. I've requested many times, and it seems like you only bring up mostly men, so I'm actually really surprised you let me in.
Listen, okay, there's a reason I do that, right? Because usually women are pro-choice, and I don't want to really talk with people who disagree with me. I don't think it's very
No, I'm not
entertaining.
pro-choice. I'm actually pro-life.
I know that now, so yeah, I'm down to discuss with you.
Yeah, so I guess my biggest thing here is, well, first I want to establish, what do you consider a fetus a human?
It is of the human species, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, okay, that's fine, but I would like to put in, there are many articles about that. Actually, a lot of them are on.
I don't know if we're gonna get into it. We'll just leave this. We'll see if there's another one. We'll see if there's another person. Who's this weirdo? Is polygamy? Incorporate queer history into schools? Ugh, I don't even like want to look at that person. They just seem like the least interesting crowd. Looking for one. There was a bunch earlier, and now there's not. The narrative that adoption is about providing adults with children is why it turned to legalized child trafficking? What? What does this mean? Ugh. There's a lot of, hold on. What is happening? Oh, what do we got here? There's someone sitting there. Oh, I'm really trying to find the one-on-ones here. Yeah. Oh my god. Hold on, what are they saying?
And that has power that can try and get things changed both in the UK, because it's the same in the UK and in America. Or I'll do one, and whatever we raise will be sliced in two. So if anyone wants to get involved, please can you DM me? It's called.
Oh, hang on. I've got to address this jerk in the comments. Okay, so you can't name a bill that stops you from being trans yet. There is a bill trying to be passed, if not passed yet, in both Texas and Florida, limiting health care to transgender adults.
Thanks, Dana.
Limiting, like they will get no health care when it comes to gender affirming care. Taking away someone's right to have health care if they can afford it is wrong. And if you want to sit here and cry in the comments about how nobody's shown you anything yet, why don't you do a little typey into the Google engine and find out for your fucking self and stop parroting right-wing bullshit.
Right-wing talking points.
I'm done, Susie. I'm sorry I had to interrupt you.
Stop apologizing.
I've got a quick question because I can't ask my daughter this. So when you have time, let me know if I can ask you the question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I know this is gonna sound kind of idiotic, but remember, I'm barely learning. What is a cis woman?
I want to.
And the way
I want to join, but weird NPCs. I really want the. Ew. What is this? This is brutal, man. Like some of this stuff I just don't even want to like. I want to debate, but I don't like some of the stuff I don't want to get into. It's weird. People are weird. I agree with that. I'm looking, y'all. I'm looking for something. I thought I had one before, and I did, but ugh. Good to see you, Diana. Good to see you. Maybe I'll just try and go back to that one kid. What the hell is his name? Moose for breakfast? There he is. I'll just try and get in here again, see if he'll... I'm just gonna listen to him and I'll just comment as it goes. I'm not talking to this person. It's a woman is talking to him.
Say that's like what, 7 months, right? Give or take 7 months. If they're 18 weeks pregnant and they decide that they are not able to carry this baby and they don't want a baby anymore, they change their mind, you're okay with an abortion?
That's 18 weeks. I'm okay with an abortion at any state during pregnancy.
Ugh, what a position. That's such a weird position to take. I'm sorry, but that's not. I wouldn't be saying that shit out loud.
That would be the easiest method of abortion, and the child actually has a chance to live at 18 weeks. So.
No, it doesn't actually.
So okay
18 doesn't, but it doesn't negate the fact that it's a human.
Yes, I'm okay with an abortion at any point during pregnancy.
9 months, you're okay with an abortion.
At 9 months, an abortion would be a C-section.
That's called childbirth, you idiot. This is the problem with people. Stop these. This is called a disingenuous argument here, because the person is saying an abortion at 9 months is called a C-section. No, it's not. That's called a cesarean section. It's a delivery. It's a birth. That is not an abortion. That is not an abortion. An abortion is terminating a pregnancy. You're not terminating. Yes, you're terminating the part of the pregnancy that's in your body, and then it's going to be a human. No. Like this is the problem with these debates.
You wouldn't need to kill the fetus past the point of viability, as you can just get a C-section, again, or an induced labor.
This is kind of what I mean about dancing around the point here, because obviously
how am I dancing around the point?
When we're speaking on abortions, we're talking about termination of the baby. No. I'm talking about termination of the baby.
Thank you.
Termination of the pregnancy. Obviously, yes, there's many
you are using a weird definition of abortion that is not used by most people.
No.
You might be working
no. That's not a weird definition of abortion. It is not. An abortion ends a pregnancy, and not in name, but in actual function. That is called birth. You're not for abortion all 9 months. You are for and he needs to clearly define his terms. He's not clearly defining anything.
That is literally
let's use this logic then. Do all human beings have rights?
Yes.
Do all human beings have rights?
Yes, they do.
I would say that no, not everywhere in the world, no.
Well, you should. I mean,
under your your system, let me ask again. I think you misunderstood me. Under your system, should every human being have rights?
Should every human being have rights?
We all have God-given rights, whether or not you believe in God or not. Like the idea of having the God-given rights to freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, all that stuff should be. I mean, it's given to us, it's bestowed upon us, but governments get in the way of allowing those things.
Well, because
I agree. It's also difficult because corpses, like I said earlier, corpses are human beings, and I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat can agree that corpses don't have rights. That would be pretty weird if corpses had rights.
What?
So, there are
when you're dead, you cease to have rights, and even after, you sort of like have rights because people can't defile your dead body. Like this guy is like it's. But I mean, I still want to like debate with him, but my God.
Wait, hang on 1 second. I'm just looking up something that you had said because I just want to fact check it real quick. So I'm gonna have you repeat that in just a second. Sorry, Moose.
I can't believe this. I mean, like literally, like that's.
Okay, sorry. Can you repeat your question?
What are the necessary conditions for rights under your framework?
I don't know. Honestly, I could tell you that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really.
Okay, well that's fine. I appreciate the honesty. But if you don't know what the conditions are that are necessary for rights, you obviously don't know why a zygote at conception should have rights. So you should not have a positive position that therefore all abortion should be illegal if you don't even know when rights begin.
Well, I do know why
Rights
a baby
begin
should
at
have
conception.
rights. I believe that the baby should have rights because at conception it is considered a human being and it grows daily. It grows nerve endings, it grows body parts, it grows cells, it grows everything. It grows everything on a daily basis.
So are you saying that being a human being and growing daily, are those the necessary conditions for rights?
No, I'm not talking about for all humans. I'm talking about for a baby in conception. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so being a human and growing is definitely sufficient for rights then. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I do believe that, yes, a
Someone with a unique genetic code. So, and that's proven that with fertilization and conception, like you have unique genetic code that's independent from the mother. Therefore, you have a separate human being who has the same rights as any other person.
Logic concludes with, such as imprisoning someone under murder for assumedly a life sentence, right? You agree someone could have a life sentence for taking a Plan B? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's different.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, okay, so earlier you told me that because life...
There can be an argument made that Plan B is just as bad, but I don't disagree because Plan B is supposed to like basically flush the egg before it's fertilized. So that's the difference. You would take it the day after thinking like, oh man, I made a mistake. Like this could be. So you take it. So it greatly reduces any chance of becoming pregnant. Excuse me.
Was murder. I didn't say that they need to be charged with murder, but yeah, the action is murder.
Okay, this is even more interesting because now it seems like you are acknowledging that it is ridiculous to charge a woman with murder for doing this, but it's still considered murder. That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Well, if we want to go into this, another big reason why I believe that abortion is wrong is because there are also, many articles and proven facts about how abortion really protects PD3 files, however they say it on TikTok. They do. I mean, you can roll your eyes and rub your head at that, Moose, but
I'm just not really sure how a woman who doesn't want to be pregnant and they had consensual sex, for example. This is the case for most abortions. A woman had sex with a significant other. They used protection or they didn't. And
right. So he's making the argument to have abortion as a method of contraception. And that's not at all what people want. Use a condom.
Fine. I have to get back to work anyways. I'll look it up on my own time, I suppose.
Yeah,
but,
definitely do that.
I just think
I
overall
really
the issue with your
suggest
position
that
is that you're
you.
not consistent. You think it's murder, but it shouldn't be charged as murder. That
Well,
doesn't
that's
really make a
going
lot of
into a
sense.
whole different. That's going into a whole different thing. If we want to go into the legal side of things, we can do that at another time. We're simply
That's what the
talking
topic
about.
is.
Okay, well, I didn't see that bottom part until your head moved, so I apologize. That's my fault. But I think that you should definitely look
Yeah, your big
into
dumb head's in the
how
way.
much, how many, P3 files are protected by abortions. It's actually super disturbing, and I think that even if it doesn't change your mind, Moose, I think it's important to know because it is truly, truly disgusting for these poor women that do get SA'd.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. You have a great day. So I know what she's saying. She's saying
I
people
want
who
in
get
on this thing.
SA'd somehow like aren't able to locate or identify the SA'er because they aborted the child. This leads into a whole nother issue because she's essentially saying that women who are SA'd, who didn't even have consensual sex, they are still obligated to remain pregnant against their will, and they never
Because you don't
even had
punish unborn
consensual
children for the
sex,
sins of
and
their
they should be
father.
forced to be
Easy.
pregnant. That is even more ridiculous. Obviously, I don't want to force people who are sexually assaulted to remain pregnant.
But it's such a
against
small
their will.
percentage, it doesn't even
You have
matter.
a
I
lot of
mean, it does
positions
matter,
that are
but you know what I
very
mean.
unintuitive. You know, being at murder for taking a plan B, forcing women who had who had been SA'd, to continue being pregnant against their will. These are just, I don't think anyone really agrees with those positions.
About 20 minutes.
But
15.
yeah. All right, guys, I have to go back to work.
Apparently he's got to go back to work, so we can't join. We're not gonna be able to join this one, unfortunately. Let's have a look and see who's doing what. I'm not a man, prove me wrong. That's just a gotcha debate. Oh, here we go. Maybe this one. Can we join? Let's see here. Zem.
As well, because that's where I mainly debate, and I would like to, go back to my main account after this. So please follow my debate, and I would like literally this one without the. So please follow my main account. It's literally this one without the 2. If you're here, I would definitely appreciate it if you tap the screen. Let's get some people in. Let's get a debate in. Let me make sure my guests are on, and they are. My takes are spanking is abuse and lazy parenting, systemic racism is real, and comprehensive sex ed K through 12.
That's
Who
weird.
controls the system that is racist? What do you mean? I would say a lot of people have like implicit biases. Spanking was a big one last night. May I join? Sure. I mean, you have to have live access.
Oh. Guess not.
This isn't meant.
This is that one doesn't want
So
people who have
explain that.
who don't have live access. No. No. Marriage does not equal consent to sex. I just want to join this to see what the fuck they're talking
I
about.
understand that definitely, yeah. To both men and women in the chat saying how since they got married and means they don't have to give consent. Getting married does not mean you're giving consent to your body. It means that you're showing you're devoted to that person and you're willing to give your love to them.
Right.
It's two completely different things. It doesn't mean you're just handing over consent to your body.
I just want to join to ask, like, who's even contending this?
Marriage does not equal consent. Like putting a ring on someone's finger does not instantly saying that person that you put the ring on their finger to does not mean they're automatically saying, yes, we're going to have sex whenever you feel like it. That's not what putting a ring on their finger means.
Someone said that would mean that marriage does not consent to his money. Absolutely. It does not mean that
Correct.
either one is obligated to receive the other's money.
I mean, unless they both agree to sign a prenup, I guess then when you divorce, you do have some sort of rights to their money, but does not mean you have consent to their money.
Right.
So it is two completely different things.
Like a guest earlier was saying, like prenups also do have a lot of loopholes, so for a lot of people it's not the greatest. But if you're genuinely worried about the aspect of money in a marriage, don't get married. Or at least not like legally married.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I'm sorry, but to all the men in the chat that are like, oh, but like she got married to
I would like to know where this even spawns from. Like, this just seems like these are the kind of debates on TikTok. Like, what do you even like? Who's debating like this? So I need to like ask the question. I don't even know if I'll get in, but
by a pack of wolves and not by a woman. Because no woman would ever turn around and teach their son that marriage is consent to sex.
Wait, someone said this is like saying you can say that you don't consent to the IRS taking taxes. That's another thing we can add to the fucking list now, I guess, of things women are being.
Like the joke we all make that getting married equals no more sex. They're just taking it to the true current feminist thinking. Yeah, this is weird. I hope I get in. I don't think I will, but I want to listen a little bit.
Like the government, the IRS has nothing to do with your marriage and with your wife.
Yes, it does.
Oh my God, women got compared to a cow. How fucking original.
Actually, the IRS is directly involved with being married.
Like cows, if anything. Sorry if that offended anyone, but it's the truth in my opinion.
Anyone's ever done their taxes on their own knows this.
Sorry if that offended anybody, but like, if you're going to compare a woman to a cow, expect the same treatment back.
Okay. Come on.
Do I need a tattoo "I'm married" on my forehead?
You should.
Probably.
Yeah, you probably should.
Someone said these men talking about money, like, I don't consent for my money to be taken away, then divorce. What I have to say to that is you actually need to have money for a woman to take it from you.
Exactly. Do you know how many women out there get married not even for the money?
Yeah, they're not gold digging your $2,000 bi-weekly paycheck.
Exactly. Like half these men probably only.
The government shouldn't have been involved in marriage, but absolutely butted in. Oh yeah, for sure. You won't debate me. I'll debate you any day.
A woman wants a broke man, unless that's what they're into and they don't see money. So there's a lot of women out there that will only see money. So pick and choose.
Let people in. What is the deal?
Beggars can't be choosers.
Strawberry, I am going to move on to the next guest. I have 7 requests, and I want to try and get everybody up here.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus, there's 7?
Yeah.
But I want to thank
pay
you
attention.
For
Get the
being
fuck
here,
off
thank
this
you
thing.
For the support.
No, definitely. I've been here for like over 10 minutes, and it just annoys me that this is how men react to opinions that's not their own. So
watch how they react to an opinion that's not their own.
Thank you definitely for having me up here.
Of course.
Thank you.
To the person in the comments asking, can I join? Can I join? Can I join? Can I join? Asking me that over and over again makes me not want to let you up here.
Someone in the comments said, the Delulu is not the Salulu.
Let me in. Let me in.
I love that.
Oh, now there's 8 requests? Oh, God.
This is anger bait. Yeah, that's what I think it is, too. Someone said this is just anger bait.
I wish it would tell me how long people had been waiting.
It's probably an order people requested.
That, like, TikTok doesn't show that anymore because I always feel bad for that one person that's been waiting for a while and we just literally can't tell.
Just click one.
We're taking both.
They still
agree and
haven't let
disagree.
someone
This
in.
is more so like just kind of discussing why we feel one
Oh
way or
God,
the
there's
other.
10 requests.
Oh my God.
Just let people in. What are they doing? They mentioned it over 2 minutes ago now, and they still haven't let someone in. Just click a name.
That's nope. Please let me know, is this legal? I don't believe it is in any states in America.
Yeah, it's illegal in all 50 states.
What is? Let someone.
All right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Just.
Hi, Melly.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yes.
So I just want to, just a few things I want to touch on. I don't have much time, but so the first thing would be, it's not just men that think like that about there's consent in
Well, you're already losing by saying that because that's not what the debate is about.
marriage. My wife was like that, and there were times where I didn't want it, and she was like, "No, this is freaking happening. Like you don't have a choice." And it was 4 years before I was able to get out of that marriage. So I just wanted to touch on that really quick.
Guys like too much sex. Can't do it.
Section is crazy.
Yeah,
But there's
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of men about that, but there are some of us that are not like that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry we had to go through that. Genuinely, that's just gross when people do that. You don't deserve that.
Yes,
No one does.
it goes all ways. Like yes, it's most commonly in men. Men are disgusting. I will be the first one to say that.
Oh, you
I strive to not be,
self-hating
but
beta! Shut up.
Second thing I want to touch on
men are
is
mostly really shitty.
getting married and giving a false pretense. Like there's been marriages out there to where you know somebody will go out and find a partner. Maybe they want it 24/7, and the partner will be like, "Oh yeah, we can do it 24/7." And then as soon as they get married and they get tied into the money without a prenup and everything stops. So the false pretense of being like, "Oh yeah, I'm down for this 24/7," which yes, they still have consent over their own body. It's just fucked up.
Okay, next. This is about the most beta male I've ever fucking heard. Kick him.
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from, but consent can also be revoked at any time, and that's that person's place.
Right. I'm just talking about the false pretense just to get access to the other person's money. Like if a person
yeah, the false pretense just to end up getting married.
Yeah, say you know, for example, if I'm wanting it 24/7 and I go out and find a partner that's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm down for that 24/7," and all throughout the dating stage and the boyfriend-girlfriend stage, or boyfriend-boyfriend stage, whichever you are, you know, it's a great sex life. Everybody's compatible, and then the minute the rings get put on,
I don't know. I don't want to do this fucking live. This is stupid. This is another bait fucking. This is another. Cis men are men. Homophobia is immoral. What? What is this about? What are they talking about?
Get Caitlin back in here. Caitlin Brewer.
No, don't want that. No idea what that is, but I don't want it. Huh. I don't like these giant panels. I want like one-on-one someone. Transgender rights and politics today. Yeah. Okay. Looking. I don't find anything. I can't find anything good. What is white culture in America? Oh, like 20 people in there. I'm bored. Let's debate. What is she saying? I want to know.
What are we debating? We can debate whatever you want to debate about. I'm taking the opposite side of whatever you say.
Oh, that's not. Then you don't even care. Next. What's this person saying? Or is it, no, this is like an NPC. What is going on? I'm trying to find someone, y'all. I'm trying to find someone. I can't find anyone like can't find anyone interesting. This big booby grandma. Oh, NPC. Trying, y'all. I'm trying. There's no one today. Ooh, debate topics. Pro-veganism, spirituality. What's behind his head? Gender does not equal sex. He doesn't look fun. Nope. I'm trying. White people, do you say the N-word when nobody's around? Sure. More NPCs. Oh, what is this? Nope, I can't join that, I don't think. Some people are only taking those who can like have like lives. You have to have like 1,000 followers, and I don't have that. But I'm trying to find someone like I'm just trying to find someone. I don't like to join the big group ones. I would rather join one that's, you know. So many people in there. Yeah, a lot of people are just doing this. Dude, like TikTok is the weirdest place I think I've ever come across. Why not create your own debates? For example, explain to me why Bowman is qualified for Congress at this point. He's either too dumb to use a door or broke the law. Oh yeah. You know, I thought about doing that, but I don't know how I would get my stream out. Because I can create like a Google phone number that people could call into and we could like essentially debate on this stuff. I don't know. But I can't stream on TikTok, so it wouldn't get that crowd. And I don't know how many people are on YouTube like trolling or looking for. When I say trolling, I mean like, you know, like trolling in a boat for debates that way. But yeah, I did see that. I did see that the hold on, let me actually pull that up. I don't even know the full extent of that because yeah, I don't even know the full extent of all that. I saw that he made an apology. So yeah, so he did this thing. Let me move this over here. I'll read his apology at the very least. I want to personally clear up confusion surrounding today's events. Today, as I was rushing to make a vote, I came to a door that is usually open for votes, but today would not open. I am embarrassed to admit that I activated the fire alarm, mistakenly thinking it would open the door. I regret this and sincerely apologize for any confusion this caused. But I want to be very clear. This was not me in any way trying to delay any vote. It was the exact opposite. It was trying urgently to get to a vote, which I ultimately did and joined my colleagues in a bipartisan effort to keep our government open. I also met after the vote with Sergeant at Arms and Capitol Police at their request and explained what had happened. My hope is that no one will make more of this than it was. I am working hard every day, including today, to do my job, to do it well, and deliver for my constituents. Peace and love. The interesting thing about this is that how old? Let's take a look. Congressman Jamal Bowman was born April 1st, 1976, which makes him what, 48? 47? A 47-year-old man that doesn't know what happens when you pull a fire alarm in a government building? Am I reading that right? We're gonna move over here a little bit and let's reduce the size.
If you have this, consider adding this.
I don't want an ad. A 30-second ad? Oh, here's an interesting.
America is racist. I'm not talking about the people. I'm not saying the
lawmakers' minds tonight just before the House passed the stopgap spending bill this afternoon. Democratic Congressman Jamal
Oh, I got in.
So, to me, how can we sit here and say that America isn't racist when the so-called supreme law of the land, aka the Constitution, still allows racist systems? So as I had stated earlier, the 13th Amendment literally was supposed to be this huge celebration because it outlawed slavery, but it didn't. It never outlawed slavery. Not once did it say, oh yeah, slavery overall is illegal. It literally just said, hey, we're still going to do slavery. We're just going to make it as a punishment. And then mass incarceration came to be, to where they're literally aiming and targeting Black people and giving them harsher sentences. And I actually got this prisonpolicy.org if you want to look at it. And they have actual graphs to show the racial disparities. But even if I go beyond the graphs, I can literally pull it up from the Sentencing Commission, where they even admitted that it's proven that Black people get harsher sentences than white people. And then if we dig in deeper on how they treat Black people in America, about how the fact that, in Black communities, where do you see the most? Liquor stores, corner stores, fast food stores.
I know, but as I said,
next? You said what?
Go ahead. No, because I was gonna say, but those laws, even though they are there, like they can still be changed. But it's those people that is in those aspects of it, because common sense of it is that if you commit a crime, like say with the 13th Amendment, if you really committed a crime, you should be punished. But it's the people that are enforcing like these wrongful laws, because people, if you do something, you unalive someone, something has to be there to put those people inside of there. But what they did is that they used the 13th Amendment as a scapegoat for their racism, to that they would say, you know what, let's get this Black guy away and send him to jail, or someone else that they like. But again, that is not majority in the country in itself. Yes, but when the majority wins and they don't change those laws the proper way, that's how we kind of look to say, well, America is racist. But I don't think, in a sense, we should say that America is racist. We can say like it's built off racism and it's still going through those as it's being eliminated. Because as I said, America is on the forefront that abolishes a lot of things that spreads worldwide. You know what I mean? And that is a great thing. So as a person that's from the Caribbean, grew up in England, as I said, in the background, I understand and I see where this country is coming from and growing, and it's becoming different in how you look at things and how it used to be and how it's going. I just think that they should make better laws to say that, hey, look, we need to stop doing this and stop doing this and start doing this thing. Let's just be honest in our job as police officers. We're not sure. We're not sure. You know, it's things like that why people are looking and saying it's not necessarily like everybody in America is going out and say like, yo, we want to just attack every person in the country because of that. It's majority about resources and all of those form of things. So America is not racist. To me, again, in that sense, America just has racist ideals from where it was built upon. That can
No,
be
there's
changed.
racism
And I
present.
think it will be changed.
Yeah, but just because it can be changed, I'm talking about what it is currently. So currently, it is
It's
racist
not
because it still
racist.
has those ideologies. But
No.
I will let you respond, but real quick, Rocio, you can go, and then I let in the
It's Russo.
Shag. Oh, Russo, I'm so sorry. So yeah, so Russo, you can
They
go,
let
and
me
after
in.
that, we're gonna do the Shag. Since I let you up, then we can go Sneaker Tool, and then Chris, if you have anything to say, you can go.
So I'm muted, but yeah, this might be fun.
But just to wrap up what we said just now, honestly, like, I feel like there's still a systematic problem that the Constitution allows for this country to be systematically racist. And if that's really the case, then I would honestly say that it would be a much better bet to leave the country than to try to cause change, because this country has made it very clear that any law that they make is literally compared to the Constitution, and they ask themselves, "Is this constitutional?" It's
Yeah,
made very clear
the
that
law
we
of the
will
land.
not change the Constitution. We can interpret it, we cannot change it. So I
We
mean,
have.
Yes, we
I
can.
mean,
Yeah,
we can amend it, but we can't
that's a
necessarily,
change.
you know.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it's for.
But that's a
So,
change.
so, so what
Definitely
you think is
But
gonna?
but
So,
hold on.
But what
Hold
you
on.
think is gonna happen when the
Hold on.
majority
Wait, hold on,
go
Edward.
ahead.
Wait, hold on, Edward. Wait, hold on, Edward. I just wanted to correct you because we can most definitely change the Constitution, but I'll let you finish your point.
But you know what I'm trying to say, right? It's not like it's, you know, our entire country is based off of this historical document.
Yeah.
It's essentially founded on this. So
So
it would be either a pretty big deal or it would be pretty hard. Not gonna lie, it's happened in the past. But if it's really bad and the situation is really bad for you, you might want to temporarily relocate while advocating for change. Like that would probably be your best bet.
wrong.
But I wanted to touch on feminism, if that's okay with you, because I think it was
Am I-
founded on racism. Me personally,
Am I
because
able to respond real quick for 2 seconds to the first part? Because it's very simple.
I can guarantee you it will not
If-
take you 2 seconds.
Shut up.
So,
If someone
you
does
did
something
make-
that's
hold on,
racist,
hold on,
I got 2 seconds.
No, I am. I'm just gonna explain why. So you did make a point, and I know everybody's gonna want to respond to that point because it was a debate point that we were talking about. So we're gonna probably I will let the people respond, and then we can go to feminism afterwards if that's all right.
So
You would like to wait that long.
if someone does
I don't know
something,
if I
if
want to wait
someone,
that long.
okay, I got you. No, 2 seconds. If someone does something racist inside of the system, and people inside of that system protect that person from any repercussions that may happen, then that system is now racist because they condone and protect that kind of activity and that kind of behavior. So that's why a lot of folks will say the system is racist because the people in the system, the individuals in the system, do racist things. And then the people who are inside of the system see that it's racist but do nothing about it, thence participating in it and condoning it because they're not punishing it.
Can I also say something to a point that he said when he said to
It's gonna be
oh,
a
I'm
while.
sorry, you still going? You still going?
No, you can go. I'll just wait till
When you
tomorrow.
said it's easier to leave, it's like you also have to understand like the displacement that America caused people to leave the country. They leave their country because of what's the cause and effect of this country also, right? But then now, if like say for instance, for a lot of people look and say America has to leave their country, how you think that's going to go over?
Can I say something real quick, if that's okay?
For who? For who?
Yeah, you can say something, Rashad.
I think people are missing the
Wait,
point.
who is he talking about? Like, for who? How would that go for who? I want to know his answer.
He's saying he wants to say something, I'm pretty sure just about the topic, and since we were talking about the topic, that's why I'm letting everybody finish out like their thoughts on the topic, since that was the original one that we
No,
were
the Edwards guy. The Edward guy.
Edwards.
He said how would that go? And I'm asking for who.
How do you think it will go over if you tell Americans to leave from their country that they're residing in right now, like that are not happy, or the military forces, or do you think like most people in the United States aren't living off by force, right? As to compare to say like how America or in other countries with force, if you understand what I'm saying. So like you can say like if you don't like something in America, you can just leave, or the way you try to put it nicely, temporarily relocate and come back. So do you think that like that's the same boat? Like if another person would say that to Americans that's in their country, hey, listen, I think that you should temporarily leave and then come back.
No, I'm saying people might see it as a legitimate uh solution to relocate to a place where you have all the rights that you wish you had and should have, rather than remain in a country and fight for rights you believe you should already be having.
You have the most
That's
rights
something
possible here in America. There's not a place
right,
that
and
has
I'm not
more.
saying I'm not making an argument about that. I'm saying for people who believe, I don't want to touch exactly on what my belief is on the system, but if you do believe that, then that's a possible solution for you. I'm
It
just
could
saying
be, but
that's what I've heard from other people.
and in my opinion is that the most powerful, the most power that you have is your power to vote. And the problem that you see with something like, you know, the Constitution not changing, or certain things becoming stagnant, things not being codified into law, is because you have lazy politicians who profit off of very large corporations. These lobbyists, like this is the real problem in America, is that you need to vote if they're not acting within your best interest. And in my opinion, big government is a blight on our country. It's something that's tearing us apart. And whether you're left, right, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you need to vote people out who aren't doing anything of action. And that is a big deal. That's how you're going to make change, not relocating somewhere and trying to. You're not going to. You can't vote from another country. Stay in your.
Yeah.
It's lazy thinking to abandon ship. The only change you're ever going to make is here in the present.
It's all about the investment you want to make in your own country, essentially.
But that's the thing about it too. It's also not feasible for a lot of people, because there's people who are just too poor to even move out of their neighborhood, let alone out of the country.
Yeah, that's an important aspect to actually consider. Because I know there's lots of people out there who are like, even if you're middle class, you know, even you don't speak the other language, or maybe you were born, you know, maybe you can work something out if you have family there. But I would think there's a lot of people who actually aren't able to. Not that they're being forced, just financially. That is true.
So I really want to hear your take on feminism, because how I've always looked at it, I looked at it as just, hey, this is just basic equality, and people who say otherwise or just do otherwise, they just like they don't want that, and anyone who whatever it's turned into is just that's not it. But what is your take on it?
Well, if you ask anyone,
wait, hold on. Are we about to
when
talk
did
about
black
feminism?
men gain the right to vote?
Wait, are we talking about feminism, or are we still on?
We're talking about feminism now. Well, if you ask anyone, when did black men gain the right to vote?
Hold on. I do want to say one thing, Russo, since I know a big thing that you were talking about was just like, why don't you just move? But the travel community.
No, I'm not saying that. That's not my argument. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what the arguments I've heard.
This guy is like irritating. He's like saying things that he doesn't believe, and it's like, what?
You have family in a different country, and you believe the system is completely outrageous.
Okay, but here's the thing on why I do not consider that an option. Because let's just think about how many people is that actually.
I might actually leave this live because there's just too many people. I think I might leave. It's not that, right? I know, isn't that funny? I might leave this live just because it's not really. I don't like these group settings. I don't love these group settings, but we'll see.
Literally often suggest that it's going to take around $5,000 to $8,000 per person as a starting budget. This is just to start out with to move overseas. Who just got $5,000 to $8,000 laying around? I don't.
Well, that's a different argument.
That's
You
why I
should
said
have money
if.
saved,
That's why I
but
said. I mean, yeah, you should have money saved. That's true. But if I mean, I'm guessing you look 19. If if you don't have that money saved, that's okay. But by the time you're 30, if you don't have a couple $1,000, in your savings account, I would be a little concerned about your financial decisions. But I mean, I know there's a lot of people in college, so I'm not
Bro,
gonna put a
it
lot of
don't
blame.
matter how much money you have, bro. Nobody's moving to an entirely different country.
I don't
Starting
say
a
nobody.
new
No, don't
life.
say nobody.
Nobody. No, I'm saying.
there's nothing wrong with moving to another country if that's what you want to do. The issue is you're not going to affect change in a different country. Not in the way you could here in this country. And a lot of it is just paying attention to your local elections and even the national elections. Like if your representatives in the House and the Senate aren't doing what you think they should be doing, don't vote for them. Vote for the other candidate. I mean, it's all you can do, but it's the power that you have.
Was saying that if you're moving to a different country, then
I know,
I would
sleazy.
recommend it would be a country you speak the language of. So, okay, you have to take about the percentage of black people who can speak a different language from a different
This
country.
guy is.
Have a couple thousand
Yeah,
saved
but
up.
look, but when you move to that country too, they gonna have
Passionate.
issues. Like it ain't no
And it would
perfect
also have to
country.
be a person that believes there's systematic racism at a degree they
Yeah, but I'm
cannot handle.
saying though, like it's not no perfect country where somebody can move to and now they just living a way better life. Like every country gonna have its issues, so
It's
why
not
not just try?
perfect. I'm saying better country
Yeah,
in
for
terms of
sure. I'm
rights.
just saying, like, it'll be logical to just work on what's going on now, like where you from, because nobody wants to like do that, bro. Like nobody's
I
gonna
don't
do
want to
that.
say nobody. You shouldn't say nobody. And I don't think you should use the word logical.
All right, now Russo, I know you really want to talk about feminism, so let's get it.
I think okay, do you guys know what year black men gained the right to vote? What year?
Not off the top of my head, but I know around that time.
What?
I believe that was
19 something, like 1950, 60.
No, it's no, not 1900s. Come on.
What is it?
Black men gained the right to vote in 1900s. That's not true.
All right, so hi. It was
1870.
I really recommend you guys educate yourself on the history.
I'm about to say it's 1869, guys.
Yeah,
1869. It was literally around the time where the what's I'm looking for? The Civil War had ended and they were starting Reconstruction, and with the 15th Amendment, they basically granted African American men the right to vote.
Right.
Yeah.
It was in 1870. It was in 1870.
In 1870, black men.
Yeah, February 3rd, 1870, for the 15th
Yeah.
Amendment.
I don't know why he said
It was
1869.
that's when it was ratified. Yep.
I don't know why you said
Black men was voting in 1870.
No, I didn't say they were voting. I'm saying that's when they systematically had that right.
They had
obviously,
the ability
obviously
to.
there was
Yeah, that's what I'm
voting
saying,
rights.
because black people didn't really get into voting.
That was like 1960
until,
something.
Okay, guys, let me just
it was in the 1900s because they
Wait,
set up
guys,
laws to prevent black people
guys,
from
I don't
voting.
want to get too much off topic. I just want to finish so you guys can understand where I'm getting at this.
Because
basically,
All right, hold on. All right, let him finish. Let him finish. I was just saying that we were.
Yeah, I don't have any interest in that anymore. Like they can't even like keep they can't even keep like on topic or anything. And this Russo dude is just like, we're talking about feminism, then he starts asking about when black men got the right to vote. So let's see if we can find a different one. Like it's just insane. Oh my god. I want to I can't. I want to join this live so bad, but I can't because I don't have 1,000 followers. I'm really sad that I can't find like a good one-on-one debate. Not like the other day. The other day was like awesome. It was like perfect. I don't want it to be a one-off. Care which washroom you use. Dude, there's so many like just dudes that are in like long hair like on TikTok lives. It's the weirdest fucking shit, dude. It's so weird. So I'm really trying to find one. I can't find. Oh, and then this person like wants to debate, and then they say, I'll just take the opposite position of you. I'm like, yeah, to do a TikTok live, you need 1,000 followers. Eric is a debate me, bro. He is. Eric's good people. There's like all these like giant.
Being a woman is also a marginalized community. It's just like.
Oh, shut up. Oh, come on. Where are you? Where are you? Give me some. Give me some. Give me something. Give me something. Give me something. Nope. 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 Nothing, bro. Nothing today. Oh, Diana, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. What's up? Yeah, I want so badly to get into a good one-on-one, but there's nobody on here. Men are the root of all their problems? What? Hold on,
I'm gonna look into those tenets though. Maybe she has a point, but I'm gonna look into it. I just don't automatically agree based off like the definitions that I think of fascism.
Yeah, the definition of fascism. The reason why they were arguing because you have to think like what is that word? Dictatorship, authoritarian, cultural nationalists. They also advocate for like mass unalivings and stuff like that. And just like forced deportations. I was researching that, right? And essentially, I couldn't find what Athena was saying because that's why I had asked her. But I guess she got uncomfortable because a white man came up there and called her sis, and then she just left.
I would too because hold on, who are you?
They called her. I think he tried to. The white guy tried to come up. The white guy came up there with a comment like, "Oh, that sister up there was speaking facts."
Listen, because at that point I was like, I'm glad I left. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing that I would like. Like I said, I'm gonna look into the tenets because I mean, yeah, Trump said some stupid fucking shit and all that. Like, but I don't know if he would be considered like a fascist.
Well, I wouldn't say he's.
I want to see. So the topic is men are the root of all their problems. So I would like to know what they even mean or what this is all about. So hopefully it can get in here. There's only 12 people watching this. So
what about? Oh, they just might be saying it. Ideas don't exist in a vacuum, right? Even if they're saying it, there's still intention behind it. Now, was he able to put in those fascist practices into policy? No, kind of. Well, thank God, but like, let's be so for real. I don't think he was just saying it, y'all. I think he believes a lot of it. I was like that too at the beginning. I was like, this man is just going to turn around and actually be like, LOL, guys, I was just kidding. But no, he believes it. Now, I don't know if he's smart enough for it, but that's a whole. Anyway, that's another conversation. That was about last time. Hello, new guy.
You're always in here and you're always being nitpicky. Like, you can leave. You obviously don't like us. Like, damn, what's your beef? Polyarch.
I don't even know who that is.
Hello.
See, it's funny how y'all remember people that I don't remember.
Oh, okay. The one with the Sean profile. Okay. Hi, Shag? Is it Shag?
Shagsworth, yeah, Shag. You can call me Tom, whatever you want.
Okay. What's up? Did you have something to say on the thingy?
What I was wondering if you might elaborate. Like, so men are the root of all their problems, all of our problems. Like we are the root of it all.
Yes. So if you look at like let's just talk about like this weird version of stoicism that the internet has, or like genocide or war stuff. If you look at a lot of the complaints men make, for instance, in this, like we've had people come up here and talk about the men's self-unaliving rate. Mm-hmm. A lot of it leads back to practices that they put into place, right? Like this idea of having to provide and protect. Meanwhile, it's essentially just advocating for working yourself to death so some like white guy somewhere can make another $1 billion.
Oof. Well, I don't think that men necessarily put it on themselves that they have to provide and protect everything. I think based on genetics that we sort of, of the sexes, that men tend to be stronger and have always just protected the women who are the nurturers to raise children in order to procreate. The very basic function of a human would be to pass on their genetics to their offspring. In order to do that, most of the time, men protect and provide. It's not necessarily something that we set. It was just, well, we are good at this, and women are great at this, and off to the races. So I don't know if that's really. But
it's not true. It's not true, right?
Most of the time, it is though.
But it's not. There's this idea, for instance, if you go back to when we were cave people or whatever, that men, for example, were only providing. They weren't. Actually, women hunted as well.
Yes, I didn't say that they didn't.
Women actually provided more. I know. I'm just getting to the point. Women actually provided more than men in terms of like food and even like shelter, because men were always hunting for big game, right? And you're not going to often come across big game, but what you will come across is like harvesting, smaller game, stuff like that. And so with that, oh my God, I just totally blanked for a second there because Allie just sent us a message. Sorry. So even with like that, I'm not saying men shouldn't like provide and protect or whatever. At the end of the day, to each their own, do whatever you want. However, I don't feel like it's something you get to like complain about, or not even complain about, turn and blame women for.
I don't think people are. I wouldn't say that they're complaining about the job that they're doing. Like as a father and a partner and a provider, like it is difficult. But where men start to get upset, and just from my own my own experience, is that the lack of appreciation for what has been done when women take an advantage of them for that. Like we don't have a problem with providing and taking care of people, but the non-reciprocal nature of the relationship sometimes is what men don't appreciate or like. So I mean, I think there's a basis to complain. Sorry,
but how are women not reciprocating?
When they're expecting the man to provide everything and not give anything in return.
Such as?
Well, I mean, love and affection, again, appreciation for what they have, when it's just expected, like just give me your money, just give me this, like
this seems like a projection. I'm not gonna hold you.
A projection, excuse me?
Yeah, it seems like you're projecting a bit. I don't know.
You don't even know me.
Yeah, you're right. I don't. What was her name? What's her name? What's her name who hurt you so bad? No, you sitting here saying that.
No, actually, it's funny.
Listen, listen to what I'm. No,
listen to you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Listen to me. Thank you. What's your turn? As I was saying before, I was really interrupted. It just seems like it's a projection due to the fact that someone, I don't know her name. It seemed like she hurt you by saying that she just only wants you. Apparently, you gave everything you had, right? And she didn't love you, and essentially you decide to go ahead and put all women under this umbrella of
nope.
Not
definitely not.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Well, it's okay to feel like it's that, but I'm telling you that yes.
No, it's not.
Well, no, and you're not wrong.
You're saying. It's what you're.
Well, hold on, you're not wrong. There was.
So I was right with my assessment.
No, but listen. Yes, but two things can be true at once, because people have hurt me in the past, but I have the utmost respect
you're generalizing all women.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You're not a one at a time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like women are not the woman that hurt you, whatever her name is. I'm so sorry that she did. It's not a monolith for the entire woman.
Right.
Entire women.
Same with men. Right? I would say men are not a monolith either.
Right. They are. Right. So essentially, when we say things like, "Oh well," the women don't want to return their favor. That's why I said it seems like you were projecting, and you admitted that you were.
No. I've had a bad experience in the past for sure. But that doesn't mean that I paint every woman with that picture, because I realized that was an individual who we didn't mesh. She wanted to be taken care of completely. She didn't want to have to provide. But I ended that relationship because that's not what I wanted. I had a great role model of a mother who showed me what a strong, independent, awesome woman could be, and that's what I wanted out of a partner. And I found it. Because my wife now is an amazing mother. She's there for her kids. She's appreciative of what I do, and she takes care of her kids. And she thanks me. We thank each other for the work that we do. So yeah, at one
But I
point,
feel like doing the bare minimum is thanking each other for doing the bare minimum, because that's what y'all, you know, when you said your vows, the I do, that was all that for. So that's clearly like the bare minimum. I don't think thanking you for taking out the trash or, you know, protecting our house if an intruder breaks in. If you're my husband, heaven forbid, but I don't like men. I think that doing a bare minimum. That's exactly what you said you were going to do in your vows,
well,
right?
I think that's something that we lack in society is the ability to even take the minutia in life and show your appreciation for it. You don't have to do it every time. Like not every time I take out the garbage do I need my wife to say thank you. No, not at all.
But what do you need to take out the trash? It's at the end of the day, like if we're talking about just taking out the trash, you're cleaning a house that you're living in. If you don't take the trash out, if I don't take the trash out, right, then the trash is not just going to get taken out. It's the bare minimum to keep up a clean house. It shouldn't be met with a thank you. It shouldn't be met with a, oh, good job, buddy. It shouldn't be met with any of that. At the end of the day, y'all are living in a space, and this is more than just a trash, let's be clear, but essentially you're living in a space where y'all are living in it, and the cleanliness is important. Because if not, y'all are going to be dirty, right?
Right.
So,
no, but like, you know, the thing about relationships is that they're not 50-50, right? Most of the time, they're like 80-20 one way or the other, and like basic variations of that. So some days I have a really, really hard day at work, and I just can't give my all when I'm home. And I try and let my wife know that, and she will pick up the slack. And when she has to do a few extra things that I normally do, I say, you know, babe, thanks so much for that. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. And when you lack that in a relationship, the understanding that someday you'll pick up the slack a little bit more than your partner, then like when you understand that, your relationship will be much healthier because you will appreciate the small things. You will say thank you because those things pile up. It is just trash. It is just folding laundry. It is just a couple dishes until it's all of those things at one time, along with 4 screaming kids, bills that are behind, you get laid off, all that stuff, it all piles up.
What I've been saying, right? And when it comes back to this is somebody has really loud music. I'm sorry. Allie, is that you or is it Chi Chi?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Because when it comes back to it, right? When it comes to these relationships and things like that, we already know, like studies have shown that men simply aren't picking up that slack. Like we know this because let's be for real. At least in the case of a family, most women are working alongside their husbands because capitalism and things like that. Everything is incredibly expensive. But the problem is that these gender roles that we have assigned, a lot of the time, it's women are still doing. Women aren't just doing their gender role now. Now they're also taking on the point of providing. So now it's not just being at home, being a mom, being whatever, and cooking and cleaning, but I also have to go to work. I don't think most women would have an issue with these stereotypical gender roles if it was the man is going to be the one to provide and protect as he should, and I'm just going to stay at home. But the problem is the man is going to provide and protect, but I too am going to provide and protect, plus do all the other things that I have to do. So when I say men are the root of those problems, right? Who set up those gender roles in the first place?
Society.
Who has also...
And nature.
Which by who?
Just by what we needed to survive before civilized society, before we like really relied on like government, we needed to default to the proper gender roles. It didn't mean that it was 100% of the time, and that's where I think a lot of this gets lost. Is that when I say that men should protect and provide and women should nurture, that doesn't mean all the time. I think the role just needs to exist either way. But classically, throughout time, men defaulted to the role of protector and provider. They would go out, they would hunt big game because big game is what allowed you to sustain longer. Yes, women contributed with foraging and trapping to some extent. What?
But it's not. Because again, it wasn't common to get. So the reason why they were surviving longer was because of the smaller game, was because of the harvesting and the foraging. I don't know why we try to act like women weren't doing anything. I did
not say that. You are putting those words in my mouth now. I did not say that. I said I do understand that women contributed in some ways with hunting. Of course they did. Some men probably raised their kids more. And I know that these roles reversed. Most of the time, that means over 50% of the time, men were doing these roles. And, you know, really, again, to go back to the topic, the reason that we have a problem with this stuff sometimes is because the roles that, you know, men get put in, you know, when they are doing their job and it's just expected of them to give this up for their spouse, that is the issue. We didn't make the issue. Society as a whole, in order to survive, you know, we had to come to terms with this. Now things are changing and evolving, and that's totally fine. Again, women can do whatever they want. They can do whatever role they want. Men can do whatever role they want. But having the two, you know, nurturer, provider, and, you know, protector, you know, you need to have that dynamic in order to have a successful family. I mean, most of the time, to have your highest chance, the highest probability.
Okay. Clearly, when I say it, you don't get it. So, Sean, if you would like to say it, Sean, when you're ready.
Yeah. What's your name? The Shagsworth? That's your name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pardon?
Or you can call me Tom. Whatever's easier.
Okay. Yeah, Tom. Everything you just said is not true.
Oh, okay. Please tell me. And actually, if you have any sources you could have me look at, I would love to, because I'm actually really trying to learn more about this.
Yeah. You're trying to learn about it. Why are you up here? You know what?
What do you mean?
When it comes to, because you're up here talking about it, saying that humanity survived through like the roles of men, which isn't true. Like
No, they survived through the collective roles of men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I said.
But you're talking about men playing the bigger role, though. So,
I don't necessarily think they played the bigger role. I think they played a role that required. Huh?
Then why'd you say it?
I said no. I think men and women had both had their roles throughout time, and I think they had separate roles for the most part. And
you're talking about how men's role played more into the survival.
I don't know if I necessarily said that. I mean, I'd be happy to be wrong, but.
So are you going to say that you misspoke and you didn't mean to actually say
I don't know if I misspoke. I don't think I said that men played a bigger role in society.
You said men. You said so society survived because men went out and got bigger game, and that was the reason why people were able to live longer.
Yeah, and then after that, I did clarify that men and women have their roles, and because they played both of their roles properly, that we survived. Like, men were provider protector, women were nurturers. They helped raise the children because, I mean, for very obvious reasons.
Right. So what you're saying right now is that, like, what are you saying right now? What is your claim right now?
That men are not all the root of all their problems. That it is 100%. Like, we do have some responsibility in our issues, but there is a responsibility on the other party. You know, and in this case, I guess we could just say women, or the man's partner, whatever.
So do women? Right. So do women uphold society's views on men?
Do women uphold society's view? What do you mean?
Do women hold? Let me rephrase the question since you don't understand it. Do women hold the power structures in which create the societal roles for men?
I don't think that men necessarily hold the roles that again, I said that society in general, a collection of men and women have established these roles that way before civilized society.
When it comes to the 90% of the world's governments, who holds most of the positions disproportionately?
Men, but for reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Excellent. So when it comes to the societal roles that are implemented through those like values within society, through laws, through patriarchal values that keep women from doing certain things, and systemic values.
But women choose oftentimes not to do those roles. It's not about men restricting it.
That's false.
That's not true. That's flat out not true.
Show me a source that women don't choose to do those roles.
Well, I mean, women oftentimes will go into
source. I don't care about your anecdotes. I don't care about your
Well, no, but okay, if we're going to engage in a good faith discussion, like, I can't show you my sources because I have no access to video and
don't have any sources, right? But I do have sources that show that women go out for these fields, but there's hiring biases within these fields due to systematic oppressions that created systemic oppressions that kept women out of these types of jobs.
But now there's the reverse of that. We're seeing that there is, it's false. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because if it was false, then women would be holding those jobs, and you just conceded.
So how do we explain the DEI hirings now? So it will exclude certain demographics and be more inclusive to others. Are those not
It will not
biases
exclude
hiring
certain
practice?
demographics.
Huh?
That's false. It will not exclude certain demographics.
Yes,
It'll
it does.
only include other demographics. No, it doesn't.
Do you have a source?
Show me a source. Yeah, just show me a source.
Well,
Because you keep
I
saying
mean,
you
no,
have
just by
them.
its very nature, you don't need a source to know
Show me a
that
source.
the
By its
like
very
affirmative
nature, it
action.
absolutely
Affirmative
doesn't.
action is
By
meant.
its very nature.
What?
What is affirmative action? Explain what affirmative action is right now. Like, do the definition of affirmative action.
Well, it was recently repealed in colleges because it was giving unfair treatment to
It wasn't.
to
I
racial
don't
groups.
care about.
Well, that's your
No, we don't
opinion.
care about
The
that.
Supreme
You
Court
need a
decided
source.
differently.
You need
Can
a
I
specific
read the
source.
definition of affirmative action since clearly he's not going to
Sure,
read
go
it?
ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
absolutely not.
I'm on my phone,
Absolutely
so
do
I'm not
not.
gonna type in what affirmative action is.
So you
I
don't
understand
know.
it.
So
Do
you
not.
admit that you don't
So,
know.
Wrong.
so
You can
essentially,
Hold on.
since I need
you
to
can just
real
say
quick,
that all you want.
real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm not a screamer. I'm
Wait.
not finna scream over nobody. I only got one child. I need everyone to chill the fuck out. If you don't know the definition of what affirmative action is off the top of your head, I'm gonna need you to just say you don't know the definition.
I don't know the Webster definition. Please recite it to me.
Affirmative action is a law, so you will need to use law definition.
Affirmative action is an active effort to improve employment, educational, and other opportunities for members of groups that have been subjected to discrimination in the United States. That's what affirmative action is.
So the criteria of affirmative action includes race, disability, gender identity, sexual orientation, ethnic origin, and age. So it's not just strictly for race. So again, could you please answer their question?
Well, we just answered it, didn't we?
No. I'm
The
talking to
definition?
you. No.
No, the
You
other
mentioned
question
affirmative
that
action, right?
Right.
she asked you other questions.
Okay, then I
I'm
didn't
trying to
hear
know.
the question. What was the question you asked?
What
Sean,
does? Oh, go ahead, Sean.
what were the questions?
Cite a source for what it is that you're saying. Because you said two things. You said that women aren't going out for these positions and don't prefer these positions. Need you to show a source for that. And you also said affirmative action excludes certain demographics. Need to show a source for that.
Well, I guess I can't right now because I do some research. So I just think and we're also getting away from the initial topic of being is if men are the root of all their problems. Again, I don't think so. I think it's like going back to.
I think so. I think the men are the root of our problems if you look at war.
If you look at
War,
capitalism.
capitalism,
But wait, what are you?
genocide.
What you're saying you're saying is that men aren't the root of all their problems. And then once we ask you why do you think that way, you say things, and then we ask to show a source in which you would come up with this logic, and you can't show us a source in which you come up with this logic. So naturally, I can just conclude that you just made it up. Like you just made up that men aren't the root of their own problems because you don't want to think that men aren't the root of their own problems.
No, I'm perfectly willing to accept responsibility where it's needed, and I think and this is the problem is that I think that one side of the political aisle wants to make everything like a legislative issue and I don't think it's something that's always easily quantifiable. And I'm sure there is statistics, and if I took some time, I would, I could find it, but I also want to stay engaged in this conversation. And I think a lot of it again goes back to, the non-reciprocative nature of some relationships where again, women feel that they're just owed a particular thing. It might be an issue of modern feminism. I don't know. What
are they owed?
No, I don't think anyone's owed anything. I don't think anyone's owed anything.
Right. You keep saying that women have this idea that they're owed something, right? And when it comes to reciprocating, because whenever I see this topic come up, I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever I see it come up, it's men do the literal bare minimum. Women say it's the bare minimum, and men cry because they weren't told good job for doing the bare minimum. So that's why I'm asking you, what exactly are we talking about here?
I mean,
right, and just that, like within this conversation, you, a man, didn't do the bare minimum research to defend your position that men aren't the cause of men's problems.
Well, right, I am. I'm defending for the reasons I believe. For the reasons I believe.
Right, but why do you believe that though? That's the issue.
I just said it.
Whenever I ask you why you believe that, and I tell you to give me a source on the things that you're saying, you can't bring that up.
Yes, because I don't believe that a lot of these that a lot of these relationships are reciprocal in nature. I think that it's important that whatever roles are being fulfilled, that there's I don't know. It's not to say that men are blameless or that women are blameless in this. It's just I think there's a balance here that's just being ignored. Men and women both serve a purpose in society, and I think both are guilty of not being appreciative of what the other person has done and towing the line. I think there's a level, and again, both on men's side of things and on women's side of things, but I don't believe it's exclusively one or the other.
Let me go real quick. So essentially, Tom, that's not the position you had earlier. So is it safe to say that you changed your mind?
No, it is the
because you
position
literally
I had.
just said no, it's not
Because
you literally
because
said
both
that
things can be
hold on,
true,
real
and I
quick.
don't know why everyone needs to be so
Hold on.
absolutist about this.
Hold
It
on,
it
real
can be
quick.
both sides.
I'm not gonna yell at you. I only have one child, and I don't even yell at him as much. So please let me finish.
Good for you.
What I'm saying is the argument. Yeah, good for me. As I was saying before, I was really interrupted. Is that the argument that you had was that women tend to not, I guess. Then I'm paraphrasing here. Not give a fuck about what men do because they need to give them a pat on the back or some shit. It was just very weird.
That's a
so I'm very
gross
confused.
misrepresentation of what I
Yeah,
said.
I just said. Didn't I just say I'm paraphrasing?
Yeah.
So you know
Yeah.
what the definition of paraphrasing means? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Great. Awesome. Glad we're on the same page or in the same book, in the same library, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I just think it's very weird that we're sitting here saying one thing and then we're backpedaling and saying another. Yes, two things can be true at once, but we're essentially saying, because the topic says men are the root of all their problems. Again, the reason why I say they are the root of all their problems, we look at capitalism, we look at war, we look at gender roles. Who establishes all of those things?
Well, since women are involved in government, I would say that women also are involved in wars.
Okay, but who has the most power in government? Let's be for real. What is the percentage of women in power in the government versus men?
I don't know. Do you know the number?
I think it's a pretty disproportionate.
Y'all are yelling at me for not having sources, and you say some shit like that and not have a source.
I got you. Hold on. I'll go look it up I'll go look up for since.
Okay,
look up
there you go.
yourself, because
Oh, now I got to look it up myself. You guys can't look up your shit yourself?
Can
Wow.
I finish? Oh my god.
I can hear you. Wait, Allie's trying to speak.
Go ahead.
Before y'all, I still sign off in Lulu. Anyway, just quick question, Shag. I want you to answer to Yu's question real quick.
Sure.
Who establishes the systems such as capitalism and gender roles?
Well, I think gender roles have been established, by our very nature and society well before, civilized society. I don't think that's something that men did exclusively.
What about capitalism?
Again, I don't
What
think.
about capitalism?
I think capitalism. I guess you might be able to make an argument that capitalism was established by men, but it's still the best system, the economic system that we have to date. In order to lift yourself out of poverty. So I would say it's a net win.
I would disagree.
Okay,
that's fine. We can disagree on that. That's fine.
I did ask a question though that he didn't answer because he wanted me to look it up because he's not able to look up any of the sources on his own. So 20% of women hold the world's political power. So there's 80% left of men who is running the world right now.
Uh-huh.
So again, I asked the question, who has the most power in the government to make these laws happen?
I guess
Or
men
to
hold power. Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
Oh, sorry.
What the fuck was that? Child, anywho. I just find it very weird that we're sitting here saying we were just tap dancing around a point. So you can see to the fact that men are the root of all their problems.
No. Just because they hold power doesn't mean they're the root of all their problems. What how did you draw that line?
So how many laws do we have that are against people right now? People of color, trans women, trans men. I mean, how many laws do we have?
I don't know if any. I don't think there's any against.
You don't think so?
No.
500.
500 laws against trans.
That's just on trans women. Just trying to be.
This is just trans women alone. Them existing, right? So 80% of the power of the government power is men, and about 500 I think it's 520 something. Around roughly around there. So essentially, they're promoting the, hold on one second.
What is? But what do you mean by there's laws against? I guess I don't understand. Like, what is that you're not allowed to be a trans person? What? I don't get it.
Trying to prevent her.
Trying to prevent
your existence as difficult as possible.
Well, I don't. Okay, I don't really want to get into the gender affirming stuff because I think it's wrong. But I just don't. It's not what we're talking
Well,
about.
that makes sense.
That makes
absolute
what?
sense.
Why?
No, we're not even going to.
Never mind. We're not going to do. You said you don't want to do it.
Sean, what were you going to say? Because I saw you.
You can certainly exist. There's like, I mean, there's nobody rounding anyone up and getting like.
Tom,
yeah.
Sure.
You haven't watched the news, but okay, go off.
Sean wanted to jump in for a second. Sean, what do you want to say?
Yeah, so a couple things. Like, Shag, you still haven't shown any, like, sources on anything that you're saying. And I would love to see it, because you're making, like, a lot of very positive claims. And they are extremely false, but I want to know why you came up with these claims to begin with.
Just living my everyday life and stuff I've watched or read. I haven't saved the things that I've read. Perhaps I should from now on.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, I guess so. I mean, again, what?
I have an argument, if you guys don't mind.
We're talking to Sean first. Please wait. And it sounds like you're in a wind tunnel, so if you don't want to just stay on mute real quick,
yeah,
we'll get to you.
I think Sean, was that it, or did you have more you wanted to add before we asked Charles?
No, it was just to bring out the point of it. It was like you're up here and you're defending a point that you haven't done any research on. You don't know any of the statistics for, and you're making like very positive claims, like gender roles were created by the very nature of human beings, with no source to back up that. Like, that's insane to me. Like, when you say things like that, and you say you know what the problem is, and you say that the problem isn't one thing, but it is another thing, you should be bringing up sources to show us why you think that way.
I suppose I thought we could engage in good faith debates where I can listen to what you're saying and I can make counterpoints. Like, I mean, we're not on a debate stage.
But you haven't been listening to what ICE was saying in the beginning. But I literally was sitting here this entire time. You literally ignored what ICE was saying. The reason why she brought up Sean is hopefully he could mansplain it to you.
Sean is a trans woman.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize.
But I did bring up Sean because whenever Sean speaks, people just listen to Sean. I think it's maybe like the authority. Sean sounds like an authority in the way that they speak.
I was listening to Ice. I'm happy to hear what you have to say. But
I'll repeat it myself like twice, Tom.
Well, didn't I respond? Didn't I respond?
No. No, you didn't.
Well, yeah, but she spoke and then I responded to it. I don't understand what. Maybe you didn't like what I said, but that's not the same as not listening.
You didn't engage in the things that I said, but it's cool. It's fine because Sean was able to get my point across.
Okay, and in the interest of good, honest discussion, I would like to respond to you directly because it is important that I hear what you have to say and then respond back. And I want to make sure that you do understand where I'm coming from.
I do, and I've been listening, right?
Okay.
But literally everything that Sean had already said is what I was getting to, right? Where is it coming from? The point about the hunters. You asked for a source. I did put it in the comments, but it's it's gone now. Where's it called? But we can move forward while I look for this source. Hold on.
Sean, I do apologize. I just want to say that if you didn't hear my apology.
Sean?
I'm here. You're good. The reason why I asked for that is because, like, in engage in this debate and like good faith conversation around that debate, you need to have a reason as to why you think that way. If I came up here and I said Republicans bad, and you asked me why Republicans bad, and I said because I don't like the way Ted Cruz's face looks, you would think that I wasn't serious.
Yeah, but that's not what I said.
Okay, but what you said was a lot of positive claims, and then your source to back it up was like your own personal thought process that wasn't based in any like empirical data, any like sources or anything like that. You just made it up.
Well, I didn't make it up. Okay, sorry. Someone was talking.
No, it was just me. So I understand that it's
Ice, we cannot hear you. You sound like you're far away.
Oh, sorry. Is it better now?
No, it's a little bit better. She has to go wrangle her moose, guys. She'll be back.
Well, and to answer your question, Sean, I guess through.
Is it better? Let's move to Charles.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and move to Charles real quick because Ice, your internet is still messed up a bit. Charles, how do you feel about the prompt?
Hold on for a second. I know it's loud. Sorry about the noise, but there's a possibility. Most likely, you have two options: either men rule or humans don't exist. The reason why humans exist is because of men always ruled. There's a study that shows women in dominant roles develop more testosterone, and higher levels of testosterone among women. Okay, you know what? Don't be. I understand that the truth may trigger you.
It's not triggering. I'm just very confused. Where are you getting this article from?
You know what? It's right on my TikTok page. It's a pin. It's a pin video. It has the study and everything. So
I'm gonna get it. Hold on.
No, I got it. I go get it because you said you wanted
women dominant roles develop.
Hold on, Charles. Hold on. We have to go look up this article first before. Can he not hear me? Hello. Hello. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for muting yourself. So we have to look at this article first before you keep going because we all need to be all on the same page, right?
Is it from Medical Express? Chichi, is that where do you have it from Medical Express? Or
I haven't looked at his page because I was telling him to mute, but I'm gonna go do it right now. Hold on.
Okay. Gender behavior and testosterone. Because I found one from the NIH, but I don't know if it's that. Human
the guy, I'll hop back up when I have
that shows that there's more.
Yo, totally loud. I was about to say based.
Testosterone is typically understood to contribute to maleness, masculinity, although it also responds to behavior such as competition. Competition is crucial to evolution. It may increase testosterone, but also is selectively discouraged for women and encouraged for men via gender norms. We conducted an experiment to test how gender norms might modulate testosterone as mediated by two possible gender testosterone pathways.
The particular study shows women in dominant roles develop higher levels of testosterone regardless of behavior. And if you look at what testosterone does to women, it can make them more aggressive. It could have negative effects on their fertility.
Don't women have testosterone already inside of them?
No, I said high. No, I said in dominant roles. I said when women, according to studies, when women are in dominant roles, they develop higher levels of testosterone, which is bad for women, and it could have a negative effect on fertility, and they tend to be moody and aggressive. So it's not good for women. So when women are in dominant roles, it's not good for women. It's bad for you to be in dominant roles.
I'm looking for the study. It seems like it's just on a new. I'm trying to find.
You know what? I understand. I have a really good argument, but you just gotta swallow it, and also it's not my.
He goes, "You just gotta swallow it." This guy, I love him.
Hey, what do you mean? See, this is what I be talking about when you alpha males come up here, because I think it's weird that you use the argument to say that when, because I watched your TikTok, and essentially you're basically saying women in power are masculine and unattractive, and I think that's very fucking weird. But you can't even point me to the article where it says that at. It just seems like it's just a regular.
It's right on my page.
It's not a new. That's a think piece, sir.
Can you guys hear me?
Go ahead.
I found it, right? And then I actually went and looked for the actual study, right? Because, I click things. So I'm going to send you the actual study that he's citing, that this article is citing.
Which message does me mean?
I have more argument. It's not the only one. So you got a long ways to go.
Because this one doesn't make sense. It doesn't say what you think it's saying. So the article that you took, right? And then compared to the actual study that they're citing doesn't say what you say, what you're saying that it's saying.
All right. No, listen.
So
The
what's your
article
other
states
argument?
that. All right, listen. I understand I want to
So,
intellectually dominate you, but you got to let me talk without
What
interruption,
we're
okay?
not gonna do. What we're
I
not.
don't like
All
No.
right,
that.
so can
What
you
we're not
please let
gonna
me
do
talk
is that.
without, I
Absolutely
understand.
not.
Yeah,
What you're not
so
gonna do
you're
is sit
very
up here and
intellectual, but you're sitting in
disrespect
your car
people.
yelling. So I but
Right.
anyway.
It's very. I just find it very fucking weird that you're sitting here. This was your entire argument, and when we asked you to actually show us where it came from, you're like, oh well, I'm gonna beat you with intellectual, sir. You are lonely. Let's be clear. You don't have a girlfriend. That's the reason why you hate women so much. You live vicarious to the guy that hit that girl in the face with a brick. Let's be fucking for real. Because I think I argued with you before.
I hope no one's
You have
talking to me
multiple
like that.
times. So,
excuse you?
I said, I hope you're not roping me into that bullshit.
Was I talking to you?
No, I'm making sure that you weren't because I'm right here.
Hold on. I got you. Was I talking to you?
Yeah.
come on, Shaq.
Okay.
No.
Was I?
No, I'm just making no. Listen, I'm just making sure. That's what I'm saying.
No. You don't need to make sure shit because the only thing I do is check. I check boxes. You're this box and I'm gonna check. The reason why I said what I said is because men like yourself are very fucking irritating.
You know nothing about me.
I don't give a fuck about. I don't care to know.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't care to know.
That's the problem.
I don't care to know. At the end of the day, you put yourself.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. No, it's okay. Go ahead and let you go. No, it's okay.
He put himself in
That's called being an absolute coward. So they just kicked me from the live. So they want to rope me into what they think I am. They want to rope me in with that guy who drops in and says that, you know, women ain't shit and men are kings or whatever, which whatever you can agree or disagree with that. I don't necessarily agree with all that stuff. But here's the problem with everything that goes on with these debates. It devolves into that. And then they say, well, I don't even care to know who you are. It's like, well, that's the issue, is that you would know who I am if you understood who I was. Like, there's plenty of women out there that I admire and I think are doing great things and that are powerful. But don't sit here and say, like, you're going to sit here and say men are the root of all of their problems. And, you know, and Lady Boy there wants to tell me that, oh, well, you come up here and talk about this and don't have all your sources. Now, maybe you're right. Maybe to some extent you're right. I didn't bookmark a bunch of studies on why I think that men, and trust me, I will correct that. Because I do think it's important to have, you know, some sort. But this is also the point. Good faith debate, right? Good faith discussions are, I hear your point, you hear my point, and you just take it as, okay, well, he's arguing in good faith. So I'll just take him at his word. And if I need to, I'll verify this stuff later on, which I'm happy to do. I write notes down all the time on stuff that people say. And but this is exactly where all of these conversations go. They go right to, I don't want to hear you, blah, 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 kicked, gone, later. These people don't want to actually have a discussion. They don't care about really talking about their side of things. You know how many sources they brought to the argument? Do you want to know how many sources they brought to their argument? Right there, 0. They brought 0 sources. But I have to bring all my sources. You're making the claim that men are the source of all of their issues. Show me. I'm not even a little bit surprised that that's how it ended. They brought 0 sources to their argument. They yelled at me for not bringing sources to mine. Fuck out of here. I don't have time. Like, you know, again, you could have a good faith discussion on whether men are the source of all of their problems. I don't even know. Honestly, I'll be honest. I don't know where I would even find sources on that. Because honestly, this is like a sociological debate. It's not even something you could probably talk about in like objective truth. Because, like, okay, where like they're trying to say, well, capitalism and gender roles all established by men. Where's your source on that? gender roles are established by men? Give me a source. Give me a source. Women would have never built aqueducts or airplanes. Yeah, but they contribute equally to society. And that's, I even gave them the benefit of the doubt. I said, in the beginning, I said, men and women have different roles. I said, in my opinion, in my experience, what I'm seeing is that women are not being appreciative for what has been given or what has been provided for them. And that's why men get like depressed or why they unalive themselves, as they say. That's what I was trying to get at. We got so far off track, but that's where it was. I was just like, and then because these fucking window lickers they can't even think with both sides of their brain, right? They think because I said that women are responsible for some of the men's problems, it doesn't mean that the opposite can't be true. It's one of the real issues with these debates is that like you say something and all of a sudden it becomes like your whole worldview. And it's like, no, because two things can be true at the exact same time. You know, and it's the same thing. Like when I had the debate the other day and these people were telling me like, oh, you don't need straight people to have kids. And it's like, oh my God, where are we at? Like what? Oh my Lord. This is just the feminist argument that since men have ruled through most of history, all problems come down to men, right? Like, yeah, I guess men established, like, and that's the thing is like capitalism probably like in my head, capitalism exists because many people engaged in it and it worked. That includes women. Like, sure, 80% of the power, 80% of like corporate power is held by men, but what does that have to do with capitalism? Like, I guess we could have a debate about the why cronyism is bad. Like, what? This rage is fueling my sanding of my 25. These people are like, they're so up their ass. So up their ass about stuff, man. Let's see should we try and get into another one? Me. They're probably still talking about me. I don't even care. I would like to find a like one. This one, I don't know if I want to get into this one. I don't know. Sounds like an excuse for them to not get a job. Right. I don't get it, man. Why aren't childless people valued more? What? Some people just like say shit to say it. Mm-hmm. They're trying to say pussy don't have no power. That's fucking insane. Corporatism is the problem, not capitalism. No, I know that. If it's like that one, I will rage quit. Yeah, hell yes, do another one. Chat can be your research team and provide sources real time. I've been trying to find. There's. Ooh, criminalize abortion. Ban anti-discrimination. Oh, there's a lot of people in there. Oh, a lot of people in there. Oh man, I can't. It's really hard to find like a good one. Trans women are women. Wrong. You got a Discord? We can help you. Yeah, I got Discord. It should be in the description, honestly. But I can. I don't think I have a command because I suck. I do have a Discord though. I'll put the link in chat and y'all can join. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Oh, invite people. Copy that bitch. Where'd you go? There you are. That's my Discord. Feel free to join. There's a lot of people in there. There's a lot of people in there. I don't know. I don't really care for the religious debate. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. About that. I'm trying to find one. When degens are you about to debate now? I'm trying to find some more, Pelzer. I'm trying to find more. Oh, it's all good, Meta. I'm not used to like really having like help in like in like the producer sense. Like I know like I have people who have helped me with, but I'm always like I'll just do it myself kind of person. I'm trying to find another one. Wait. There's room in this one. I don't know if I want to. Why do men hate on women who play video? What? Oh, this one says Sex Ed K through 12. What? Hold on.
Immunity for some reason. And I've seen DAs fight.
No, I don't want to. There's too many people in there. Not doing that. Oh, let me see. NPC after NPC. Holy shit. I'll tell you what, though. TikTok is full of mental illness. It is full of mental illness. A lot of people, man. They just, I don't know. I really want to get I would like to get my follower count up to 1,000 so I can actually do this, you know, like do this on TikTok and here on YouTube. Oh, who's this fucking weirdo? I do have a Rumble. Yep. I do have a Rumble channel as well. Please. Well, I'm sure one of my mods can post my Rumble channel. I'm not live on Rumble right now, but this. Hold on. I may have found one. Oh, never mind. He's like he's not mutual, but he's someone that I would get along with, likely. Nope. Oh man. I really wish we could find one. What in the hell is that thing? They reminded me of when I was trying to tell 3 black people from the hood that it's not racist in Vermont, and they ended up blocking me. That's weird, dude. People are weird.
Las Vegas.
No. NPC. Any specific time? I don't know. I've been trying to find. I would like to get into the more political stuff, like like the pro-choice, pro-life thing, like even gender affirming care to an extent. Trans women or women. I just like the typical debates. Is the Earth flat? Oh my God. I want to debate someone about trans sports. I never heard a single good argument for it. Yeah, sometimes you could find people who wanted. It was more popular when the Leah Thomas stuff was actually happening. You'd see it a lot. I don't really see it much anymore. Maybe I can look up debate. Maybe look it up. Thanks. I was already following. Thought I was the wrong channel. Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you following along. I might have. I'm trying to search for debate live channels to see if there's anything there. Lofty is Lofty's based, man. Humans are primates. Debate me. What? There's like no one on right now. Weird. Yes, flat Earth. Oh, dude, I don't have the patience for flat Earth shit. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Owen Benjamin is serious, or do you think that do you think Owen Benjamin is serious, or do you think he's trolling? Like, do you think this is a bit? Because he's been like hard into the flat Earth shit. I just think he's trolling. I think he's trolling. I think it's a bit. I mean, he's a comedian after all. I can't for a second believe that he's like doing this unironically. Think he's wait, Jack? You think Owen Benjamin is gay? What does that have to do with anything? It's got dude. It has to be a bit, right? Owen is probably trolling for his audience. That's what I thought. Like I was reacting to a couple things like on Twitter, and then I realized like he's probably just fucking. There's no way this guy actually thinks that. Like anybody with like an ounce of sense and like, you know, just like researching, like you just look up something online about this stuff and it totally explains it for you and makes sense. I think the issue with flat earthers is that they think of the universe on a scale of like the size of the Earth. And like even like people don't even realize the true scale of the Earth compared to like you. Like we see like a tenth of a degree. Like our sight line to the horizon is like a tenth of a degree of like the curvature of the Earth or something crazy like that. Not nearly enough to even like. It's insane. And like not to mention like time scale wise, like time distance and time in the universe is insanely far. Like we just can't possibly imagine like what it would take to get somewhere else. Oh, I got you. He's just gay. Yeah. Like the 90s gay. He's just gay. Yeah, I got you. Dude, I'm really sad that there's not someone on here. What's it? Oh, this is God is a myth? No. Good. Don't care. Yeah, nothing good, man. Nothing good on here. Not me gay, but Lofty gay. No, you gay, Remy. You gay. Like microphone wiener gay. I want to get in here, but no, I don't. No, I don't. You can't believe the blacktivist kicked me. I know, man. Right? Imagine thinking the moon landing was real. Wait a minute. You trying to trigger me? I think we've been to the moon. I think we've been to the moon.
Why are you gay?
I should have used the soundboard. What I should have done was this when they were trying to talk over me.
Shut up, bitch.
I should have used that. Yeah, you have to go back. I'll clip it out. It was pretty. Like in some regards, they're right. Like the idea of like me rolling into a debate channel without sources. Like, okay, I guess I'm guilty a little bit, but my assumption is that we're not on an official debate stage. Like we're not. These people are normies, just the way I'm a normie. I don't know if the video is fake. I don't know if it is. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have enough evidence to say that it isn't real. I just, again, I have to some degree believe what I see, and then until enough evidence is brought against it. I know they did do some promo stuff, I think that was shot, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, that debate was over before it started. They even one of them said that they hate men. So, and that's how they get around this shit, is that they'll say shit like, well, I hate men anyway. It's like, well, you don't care about what I'm saying. Like you need to, if you're going to engage in these debates, you need to have enough empathy to like at least hear what a man has to say. She just wanted you to answer the question she asked. Yeah. The only conspiracy I believe in, truly mean conspiracy, is that all of the nuke videos are fake. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Those I'm suspicious of. Supposedly you can see the tire tracks with a telescope. And I think you could see the actual like lander or whatever. But it was too expensive to do so. They just shot it. Oh. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I definitely believe the shadow government that is satanic is running things. Well, I mean, we know that high-ranking members in like Congress and political positions go to Bohemian Grove and like sacrifice. Well, I don't even want to say they do weird stuff. Bohemian Grove. They claim to have empathy, but they really don't. They don't. Yeah. Yeah, it's not about being, and that's what, like, even the other day when, like, because the debates are starting to come out as I see them, but no, when I ask them a question, they take that as a threat. They're threatened by the questions I ask because I'm trying to understand their position. It's me being empathetic and being like, okay, I hear you, but like, what is that? Oh, there's 500 laws on the books about, against trans individuals. Well, what are they? What are they? What's the law? Like, I'm not, you don't have to cite the right one. Like, just tell me what, maybe what state it's in and what does it say? Like, I don't need the fucking total breakdown of everything. Like, because again, I'm not necessarily looking to win. I'm just looking to understand. And I want them to do the same. It's been too long since moon landing. There's no sources. I guess I had pulled a shag. Yeah. That's not wait. Yeah. It is not a conspiracy. It actually happened. Yeah, it's just it's a weird world, my friends. It's a very weird world that we live in. When they say that, they're referring to children trans. Yeah, and again, that's where I say, well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to get behind the gender affirming care thing. Not until I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's not harmful to children. That the long-lasting effects of gender-affirming care aren't explored, and there's no possible way we could have done that at this point. We haven't been doing it long enough to understand long-term effects. We haven't even been doing the COOF vaccine long enough to understand the long-term effects of it. Like we're 3 years out from it. It's because all they have is talking points. The 500 laws was a headline from several months ago. Yeah, because I've heard that from someone else. Someone else said the exact same thing. They were saying, oh, there's 500 laws in the books. 500? What? What does that even mean? 500 laws? No way. They did actually lose the original moon landing tapes, and the one that everyone sees is recorded from cameras pointed at a TV screen playing the originals. Oh. I want to. Let's see. Record number, CNN.com posted, record number of anti-LGBTQ bills have been introduced this year. At least 417 anti-LGBTQs have been introduced in state legislatures across the United States since the start of the year, a new record. According to the American Civil Liberties Union, that's already more than twice the number of bills introduced last year. A total of 283 education-related bills have been introduced so far this year, more than twice the number of bills last year. The Don't Say Gay bill. We have seen the scope and scale of these attacks increase over the last few years. This year, it's not the... Okay, what? So here's the difference. Introduced does not mean it's been passed. Like, that is number one. Right. Funnily enough, they did actually... Oh, never mind. I read that. You should stop using their nomenclature, gender-affirming care, sterilizing, and mutilating children. Well, the way they defined it is like therapy, hormone blockers, and then all the way up. So they do go as far back as like therapy. I don't, and that's the thing is like it's really hard to discuss this with them because like kids should absolutely be in therapy and it should be covered, but therapy is covered. But I always say the gender affirming care that I'm against is puberty blockers, hormone replacement therapy before puberty, and then obviously any sort of body altering surgery until they're adults. And I'm even of the mind that you need to at least be 25 years old before you can make a decision to mutilate your body in that way. "11 states have passed anti-LGBTQ legislation this year. So far, 24 bills that restrict LGBTQ rights in the United States have passed 11 states. Utah passed 6 anti-LGBTQ laws so far this year, more than any other state, restricting access to accurate IDs and gender-affirming healthcare. This is wrong, actually, because one of my former students is a trans woman who actually changed her gender on her ID and got it printed here in the United States in 2022. Oh, so maybe 2023 they can't? Passed 2 laws targeting bathroom access, one in schools and another in public spaces. Passed a bill. So here's one point I will concede on this. The bathrooms issue is a very difficult one because, like, if Buck Angel or Blair White walked into the men's room, I'm not gonna say anything about it. If Blair White walked into the women's room, I'm not gonna say anything about it. The issue here is like the case by case basis. I don't know, and don't come jumping down my throat when I say I don't know if there's enough right now to say whether or not the bathroom issue is a thing. It's not to say that people don't abuse it. I'm sure that there's a lot of creepy individuals out there who try and go in there just because they put a wig on. But, I don't know, man. Georgia passed one law, SB 140, that would prohibit certain surgical procedures and treatment for trans youth. Okay, all right. Well, you can't stop passing trans from using bathrooms. Now bathhouses are different, right? Shags, the bathroom argument is bunk. It's only for government buildings and would require them to retrofit all bathrooms to accommodate. And honestly, that's the answer, in my opinion. In my opinion, like you could probably like like have access to like this is going to come out wrong, but like genderless bathrooms. So like when I go to like the arcade near my house, it's a men's and women's room, both of them. And the coffee shop, same thing. It's a men's and women's room. So you just go in there, there's a toilet, you use it, done. I think having access to the actual, the women's bathroom and men's bathroom, like that's totally fine. Again, I don't know, man. This is like, it's hard to talk about because I know people will get mad at certain things, but I don't know. What they consider anti-alphabet can be as simple as legislating that parents cannot opt out of alphabet. Zach said, most privileged class is always crying victim, right? Yeah, unisex bathrooms would solve the problem, honestly. Like I mean, I think you should still have men's and women's bathrooms for like, at scale, like in what's it called? Like baseball stadiums and sports stadiums and stuff. And then from there, you can, just have like something that already exists. It's already existed for a long time. Mississippi passed HB 1125 into law, a bill that further regulate transgender procedures and surgeries. Mississippi. HB 1125, is that what it was? I want to see what it is. Genderless bathrooms are usually just one person at a time. Right. Which, again, like you'd have some for like stuff that's at scale, like in stadiums and like big public places. But there's almost always been like a family bathroom that you can use. Even Target has that. All right. Mississippi lawmakers have passed House Bill 1125, also known as the Regulate Experimental Adolescent Procedures, REAP Act, to ban gender-affirming surgeries and drugs for individuals under 18. The bill prohibits the direct or indirect use, grant, payment, or distribution of public funds to entities, organizations, or individuals that provide gender transition procedures to individuals under 18. So people can still pay for them. They're just not going to get government money for it. Healthcare services provided in a state or locally owned healthcare facility or by a physician or other healthcare professional employed by the state or local government shall not include gender transformation procedures for individuals under 18. I don't see an issue with this. Like you're not allowed to get a tattoo under the age of 18 without parental consent. I don't even think it's not, but for this, I would say it's even more important that they wait because you're talking about messing with biology. And this is surgeries in like major drugs. It doesn't say what drugs are included, but like this seems based to me. It seems based to me, but I don't know. That's just me. See, this is one of those, like, I would totally save and be like, I want to save this. What the hell? Yeah, puberty blockers and hormones. We just don't know the long-term effects of them. I don't believe for a second that it just pauses it. Like, do hormone blockers pause puberty? Mayo Clinic, puberty blockers for transgender. Blah, blah, blah. Scientific America. Let's see what AI's answer is. Hormone blockers, often referred to as a puberty blocker, are medications used to temporarily pause the process of puberty. They work by suppressing the production of sex hormones such as testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. Here's how they work and their implications. This is the answer from AI, by the way. Puberty blockers delay the physical changes associated with puberty. This is particularly important for transgender and gender diverse individuals who may want more time to consider their gender identity and treatment options. Hormone suppression. These medications often caused gonadotropin releasing hormone agonists inhibit the release of hormones like testosterone and estrogen. This pause in hormone production halts the progression of puberty. So here's my question about this is, what is the long-lasting effect of pausing male puberty or pausing female puberty? If you just like skip over that process, what happens to the body? Like that is my concern. Like if you tell a kid, oh, just take this, it'll pause puberty. If you don't like it, you go back. Like if you do it long enough, like, is it actually going to happen once you stop? Like, I don't know if there's a way to know that. Mayo Clinic, only thing I trust now. Okay, look, there was a Mayo Clinic. Puberty blockers for transgender and gender diverse youth. What are the possible benefits of puberty blockers? Improve mental well-being, ease depression and anxiety, improve social interactions with others, lower the need for future surgeries, ease thoughts of actions of self-harm. Oof. What are the criteria for use of puberty blockers? In most cases, to begin using puberty blockers, an individual needs to show a lasting pattern of gender nonconformity or gender dysphoria, have gender dysphoria that began or worsened at the start of puberty, address any psychological, medical, or social problems that could interfere with the treatment, be able to understand the treatment and agree to have it. This is called informed consent. Puberty blockers are not recommended for children who have not started puberty. Well, that's good to know. In most cases, youth aren't old enough to get medical treatment without a parent, guardian, or other caregiver's permission. This is called medical consent. For those who haven't reached the age of medical consent, a parent, guardian, or caregiver often needs to agree to the use of puberty blockers. Parent and family support and encouragement also have been shown to be an important part of boosting mental health and well-being throughout this treatment. Are the changes permanent? GnRH analogs don't cause permanent physical changes. Instead, they pause puberty. That offers a chance to explore gender identity. It also gives youth and their families time to plan out psychological, medical, developmental, social, and legal issues that may lie ahead. So you do see, so you have to see like where people start to like, so this is from the Mayo Clinic that are saying this. There are videos of people simply walking in and demanding them, no testing or documentation necessary. And again, that's the, like where I have to like aggregate those sources, like of people just getting it without, the actual treatment. Like this says you need, a lasting pattern, whatever that means. And I guess that's one of the issues I have is the lasting pattern of gender nonconformity. What does that mean? Does that mean just like a week? Well, it lasted a week? Or does it require years? Like, I think they need to be more specific. When does treatment usually start and end? In general, puberty begins around age 10 or 11, though it may start earlier or later. Effective puberty blockers depends on when a person begins to take the medicine. Slightly later stages of puberty, that treatment could be used to stop menstruation or erections. It also may prevent further development of secondary sex characteristics. While many people take the medicine for a few years, everyone is different. After delaying puberty for several years, some teens might decide to stop taking puberty blocking medicine, or they may start taking hormones that match their gender identity. This is called gender affirming hormone therapy. It's kind of sad to read, honestly. It's kind of sad to read because if what people are saying about it is not true, if the effects are not what they say, this could be extremely damaging. Part of exploring gender identity is going through puberty. Yeah, that's what I've tried to say. I said that yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. Or Friday. I mean, I'm sure it varies state to state what counts on consent. Possible side effects and complications. Possible side effects include swelling at the site of the shot, weight gain, hot flashes, headaches, mood changes. Might have long-term effects on growth spurts, bone growth, bone density, fertility. Yeah, just like really important things. Yeah. But there you go. That's where we're at with the American healthcare system is they don't really care. Like, oh, side effects, these nasty side effects, take care of your headache, all this stuff. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. I have watched What is a Woman? Yeah. If individuals assigned male at birth begin using GnRH analogs early in puberty, they might not develop enough skin on their penis and scrotum to be able to have some types of gender affirming surgery later in life, but other surgeries approaches usually are available. Scott New, yeah, I should reach out to him. I'm actually, so tomorrow, guys, I'm actually talking with Buck Angel. He'll be on Ready, Set, Shag. So I'm really excited to talk with him. I got to send him a follow-up real quick, make sure he's good to go. Send him the link. But yeah, today is one of those days, man. I'm just, I don't know. I knew it was going to happen the way it did, but I need to engage in these things because I will be absolutely, saving some of this stuff in my bookmarks. But yeah, Buck Angel is tomorrow. I'll be talking with him, and then I'll definitely get Blair Wen. I don't know. Maybe after this comes out, and maybe she'll see it, and maybe she'll want to sit and talk. But yeah, Buck tomorrow. I'll definitely reach out to Scott Nugent. I should write that name. I think, talking about this stuff and being concerned for youth, whether it's, trans youth, LGBT, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like I'm worried about all facets of it because, I mean, without the proper information, and when you hear issues where kids are being lied to or taken advantage of, not good. You get to Blair, you get to Alex Jones. We'll see. The debate went as good as you would imagine. It was just a person yelling at me. Multiple people yelling at me. People, they don't really care for real, honest debate. But yeah, I'll cut out the debate part and let y'all watch it again if need. When are you getting Dylan Mulvaney on? Honestly, I would talk with Dylan if he would have a conversation. I'm not against it at all. If you have any ideas for people, send me a DM, send me a message in Discord or something, and let me know who I should have on. I got to stop eating breakfast at 5 p.m. Yes, you do, sir. Guys, go enjoy the rest of your day. I am out for the rest of today. Thank you for joining. But yeah, no more TikTok debates today. I'm out of here. Always a pleasure. Jeremy Wormy, you'll talk to me? I think Alex Jones is secretly in love with Blair. Probably. I think there's a lot of straight dudes who are have a crush on Blair. Be good, y'all. Y'all are great. See ya.